Hi there, welcome to Etiquette Unplugged, your go-to guide for mastering social skills where manners meet modern life. My name is Ifenyua Njoku, and I'm here to talk to you about teachers' etiquette in the school environment. Today we are going to be focusing on back to school teachers' etiquette in school, and we want to acknowledge our teachers. We know you're doing a very great job. I think personally that being a teacher is a calling. It's not just a profession. It is more than a profession. It is a calling. It is not easy to be a teacher, easy being in a school environment, and we want to say thumbs up to our teachers. But I'm here to just give us a few tips as teachers in a school environment with students, pupils in the classroom. How are we supposed to behave? How is a teacher supposed to act around a school environment? First things first, I'm going to be talking about professionalism in the classroom. It is very important that as a teacher, you are professional, appear professional. Let your students see the professionalism in you, in your attitude, in your relationship with them, in your dressing. Let's take dressing, for instance. As a teacher, especially in our country, for instance, we know that in Nigeria, some people go into the teaching profession due to the fact that there are no jobs, while others do it due to the fact that they have the passion for the work. So I want to address the fact that as a teacher, when you come into the classroom, dress the part. It's very important because you are a role model for your students. You might not know it. You might ask your students, who is your role model? And they mention their mom or their dad. But you are a role model for your students. They look up to you. They watch you. Inside of them, they want to be like you. Let me give you an example. When I was a student, I used to look up to my English teacher. I liked her so much because she was so well put together. I used to think, oh, she looks so good. Her hair was always laid back. She always appeared neat and clean to school. Back then, there were no wigs, so it was basically her hair. I remember always saying to myself, this teacher's hair is always so well retouched. Like, you cannot even see her hair due. Her hair is always looking beautiful. And I always used to say, when I grow up, I want to be like this teacher. I want to always look clean like this teacher. I always want to look well put together. I just liked that her hair was neatly packed behind her. I liked that her nails were clean and all of that. She was my role model inside, but I just didn't know. If you asked me who my role model was at the time, I'll say it's my mom. But deep down, I always looked up to that teacher. Imagine if she was always sharply dressed. Or imagine if she dressed in a very unprofessional way. I probably would think it is a good thing since my teacher that teaches me in class dresses that way. So it's very important as a teacher, you dress neat, you dress well, dress decent to your classroom because your students are watching. Also, communication. Use clear, respectful words. Sometimes we hear our children come home and they say some funny words, so to say. I know we might think as parents that these words are coming from maybe their fellow classmates, but not in all cases. Sometimes these words are coming from their teachers. When you use harsh words, especially on little children, they might just think that this word is normal. This is a cool thing to say, but it is not. And because it is coming from their teacher, it is automatically acceptable. So we must always try to use clear, concise words. Also build responsive relationship with your students. Don't be too friendly. Don't let them neglect or not understand the fact that this is their teacher they're talking to. You can be friends with your students, but in a very good way, but in a very professional way. Let them know that there are boundaries. Don't be too close to your students or you're chatting with them on WhatsApp. Keep it respectful. Very important. Let them know that this is my teacher. No matter how close my teacher is to me, no matter how close we are, she's still my teacher. Let the boundaries, draw the line. It is very important that they see and they know that you are different from their friends. Another thing I'll talk about is collaboration with your colleagues. Let your pupils, let your students see that you have that collaboration, that you have that relationship with your colleagues. It helps them also build relationship with their fellow students. Let them know that you work hand in hand with your colleagues. Let them know that there is a relationship. Let them know that there is teamwork between you and your teachers. Like I said, students, pupils in class will always look up to their teachers. Their teachers are like their role models, are like their God at that point in time. I remember when I was in school, there's this certain way my teacher used to pronounce some certain words. I used to want to pronounce it that way. Sometimes even up to today, I tell you, I still remember it clearly, some things she says, and I just find myself saying this word. When I read that word, I just pronounce it just the way she pronounces it. And now you can imagine how many years from junior secondary school these words are stuck in my head. So it is very important that if you chose to be a teacher, once you want to go into that profession, you have to be intentional. You have to be intentional with the kind of words you speak, how you collaborate with your colleagues. Don't say I'm talking to my colleagues so I can say foul languages. The children are hearing, they're listening. Furthermore, confidentiality. When your pupil or your student comes to you, trusts you, and opens their heart up to you, it is very important that you keep it between the both of you. When they share secrets with you, it is very important that you handle it as a matured adult. Do not go about talking about whatever it is they discuss with you with other teachers or with other students. If it falls back into the ears of that student that trusted you so much to be able to pour out their heart to you, there's going to be a breach of trust. That child will probably look at you and will never be able to trust again, because they can literally grow up with trust issues. So please, it's very important that when a child or when your student walks up to you and talks to you about something, please and please just try to keep it between the both of you. If it's something that needs to be taken to the higher ups, handle it maturely. Do not go about gossiping to other teachers what that child has told you. Another point I want to make is communicating with parents. When you're communicating with your students' parents, you keep it short, concise, and straight to the point. You don't have to cross your boundaries. When you want to update your students' parents about something, go straight to the point. Be cautious. I'm not saying you shouldn't be friendly or anything. Also, always update your update the progress of that child. Ensure that you give the parents regular updates. This is what the concerns you have concerning the child. This is the concerns you have concerning the performance of the child in the classroom. It is important that the parents are aware of how their children are faring in school. Don't just see a child doing so bad. I mean, recently I had a situation where a child was doing so bad in school, but the teacher did not think it was important to notify the parents. Just let the child was just failing, and the parents did not even know that anything was going wrong in class. Lastly, I'd like to say, as teachers, we should learn to respect your students' cultural and personal differences. Everybody have their different cultures. If you not share the same culture as your students, try to understand, or better still, do not try to sway them away from their beliefs. Just respect their cultures, respect whatever traditions they hold dear to their hearts. Do not try to convert them in any way possible. Thank you, teachers, for your dedication to your work, to your students. We appreciate you, we see you, we understand everything you're going through, and we do not take your work for granted, as it is the foundation of the life of any child. That will be all for today. Thanks to our viewers who are watching. Thank you to our new subscribers. See you next week on the same channel. Please do not forget to click on the notification box so you get notified when our videos get posted. Thank you so much. See you come our way next week. Bye.